Good morning, students. Yesterday, ozone covered. Ozone preparation, laboratory methods. Very simple, that water when treated with the fluorine gas, ozone is going to come, and 20 kilometers above to the earth already ozone layer is there. At a high temperature, oxygen fused together to give ozone. It is an endothermic reaction, right? Ozonizer is a device in which when pure oxygen is sent through the inlet, and inside sulfuric acid exists as an electrolyte, and with the help of electrodes, if we pass a certain quantity of electricity, that pure oxygen undergo discharge to give oxygen atoms. Those oxygen atoms at high temperature unite together to give O3. Like this, 10% ozone only is going to prepare initially, and from that ozone separated and leftover oxygen again recirculated to chamber. In that way, ozone industrially manufactures, right? And this ozone properties oxidizing, reducing and bleaching. Mainly these three: oxidizing, reducing, bleaching. Suppose hydrogen peroxide, if you take hydrogen peroxide also, these three will provide. Along with that, acidic nature also there. When hydrogen peroxide reacts with the sodium hydroxide is a base. With base, who is going to react? Acid, to give the salt, sodium peroxide along with water. So hydrogen peroxide additionally acidic nature also having, whereas ozone, like hydrogen peroxide, oxidizing, reducing and bleaching, right? Not acidic. So in that way, whatever the properties are yesterday covered, and it is angular in shape with 117 degrees bond angle. Resonance hybrid of ozone, the terminal carbons acquires positive and negative charge. Does it undergo addition reactions on alkenes? Then identification of the double bond in alkenes and which kind of this carbonyl compounds are formed, yesterday covered. Ozone analysis. Clear na? So next sulfur. Next subheading you have sulfur, allotroph forms of sulfur. Allotroph forms of sulfur. Here sulfur exhibit many number of allotroph forms. Numerous allotroph forms are exhibited by sulfur. In all of them, the main allotroph forms of sulfur are two, which are rhombic sulfur and monoclinic sulfur. Right? Rhombic and monoclinic. Rhombic sulfur can also known as alpha sulfur. Monoclinic sulfur also known as beta sulfur. Right? Rhombic sulfur and monoclinic sulfur, these two allotroph forms are important allotropes of sulfur, which exhibit many allotroph forms sulfur can exhibit, but two are important, which are rhombic as well as monoclinic. Right? If it is a rhombic sulfur, yes, or rhombic sulfur will be as SR also sometimes it denotes. This rhombic sulfur is going to prepare. In what way? Roll sulfur is one more form. A solution of roll sulfur on evaporating, whoever the vapors are coming, those vapors condensing to give a crystalline rhombic sulfur. Right? Here roll sulfur solution is going to made. Roll sulfur going to soluble in carbon disulfide perfectly. Carbon disulfide being covalent solvent, in which the non-metal sulfur going to soluble. Roll sulfur is a kind of sulfur that is going to soluble in carbon disulfide, and that solution whatever is there on evaporation, the sulfur vapors are going to come up. Those sulfur vapors on cooling or condensing are going to yield crystalline rhombic sulfur. That crystalline rhombic sulfur is going to attain when the solution of roll sulfur in carbon disulfide on evaporation. On evaporation, vapors are coming up. So the sulfur vapors will come up. Those sulfur vapors on cooling crystallizes into rhombic sulfur. Clear na? In that way rhombic sulfur is going to prepare. And this rhombic sulfur melting point 385.8 Kelvin. Rhombic sulfur melting point will be 385.8 Kelvin, and whereas the specific gravity 2.06 I think. 2.06 is the density. Density is higher only, right? Now here it is going to obtain when the solution of roll sulfur in carbon disulfide. Solution of roll sulfur in carbon disulfide on evaporating vapors of sulfur on cooling will give crystalline rhombic sulfur. Right? It is stable at less than, here this rhombic sulfur is stable at 369 Kelvin or at less than 369 Kelvin. Clear na? The rhombic sulfur is stable at less than 369 Kelvin, less than or equal also you can make use. Okay? In that way rhombic sulfur is going to prepare. This is one of the allotrope forms of sulfur, and rhombic sulfur can also known as alpha sulfur. Whereas monoclinic sulfur, this monoclinic sulfur is denoted with Sm, also known as beta sulfur. This beta sulfur melting point is slightly higher than rhombic sulfur, will be around 392 Kelvin. 392 Kelvin is the melting point of monoclinic sulfur. Nothing but monoclinic sulfur melting point slightly higher than rhombic sulfur, right? And whose density or specific gravity is less than that, 1.98 something. 1.98 is the density, right? And melting point is more than, slightly more than rhombic sulfur. Then how this monoclinic sulfur is going to prepare? From rhombic sulfur only. Rhombic sulfur molten form, whatever in molten form of the rhombic sulfur taken in a dish, in particular dish, that rhombic sulfur molten form we have to take, and molten form is nothing but hot only, no? Molten form is under hot condition. That hot conditioned molten form of the rhombic sulfur taken in a dish and allowed to stay some time. Then here on the surface of it certain crust is going to form. This crust is, you might have observed, bread piece. If you take the surrounding part of the bread piece will be different compared with the middle, na? That is somewhat a hard layer. So that is the crust. The molten form of the rhombic sulfur will be taken in a dish under hot condition. If we allow to keep as such, on the surface of it certain crust is going to form, right? Then to that crust, through that crust, two holes we have to make. Then in that, if any liquid form of carbon disulfide is there, the molten form, liquid form anything is there, through that holes that liquid should come outside. Whenever liquid is going to come outside, later if we remove that crust, the leftover sulfur is monoclinic sulfur, right? Monoclinic sulfur can be prepared when the melt of the rhombic sulfur or the molten form of the rhombic sulfur taken in a dish and allowed to stay some time. On the surface of it some crust is going to form, right? Then to that crust, through that crust, 2 holes we have to make, and through those holes the liquid whatever is there, molten liquid, that will come up and allow to stay. Whenever it will become dry up, then the upper surface of the crust we have to remove, right? Whenever upper surface is removed, the leftover sulfur is monoclinic sulfur. That monoclinic sulfur is in needle shape. Monoclinic sulfur is formed at in the form of needle shape, right? Like that, from rhombic sulfur to monoclinic sulfur is going to get, right? This monoclinic sulfur is stable at more than 369 Kelvin, right? This monoclinic sulfur is stable at more than 369 Kelvin. So at exact 369 Kelvin, at exact 369 Kelvin, the rhombic sulfur held in equilibrium with monoclinic sulfur. At exact 369 Kelvin, rhombic sulfur is in equilibrium with monoclinic sulfur. Thus, this 369 Kelvin for the sulfur allotropes is known as transition temperature. Clear na? The 369 Kelvin is what? Transition temperature. At less than 369 Kelvin, rhombic sulfur is stable. At more than 369 Kelvin, monoclinic sulfur is stable. And at exact 369, these two sulfur forms, sulfur allotrope forms, held in equilibrium, and this temperature is known as transition temperature for sulfur. 369 Kelvin temperature is transition temperature. Transition temperature of sulfur. Clear na? So this temperature is important. Sometimes they are asking what is the transition temperature of sulfur. What do you mean by transition temperature? Main allotrope forms of sulfur, which are rhombic and monoclinic, both of them are held in equilibrium, or one get converted into other at 369 Kelvin. There exists an equilibrium, and that temperature to the sulfur is called transition temperature. Monoclinic sulfur is stable at more than 369 Kelvin, and rhombic sulfur is stable at less than 369 Kelvin. Clear na? This monoclinic sulfur is going to prepare when the molten form of the rhombic sulfur allowed to stay in a dish, and till on the surface of it certain crust should form, and through the crust 2 holes we have to make, and any molten liquid form, anything is there, that should poured out outside, and the crust, after some time the crust we have to remove, the leftover sulfur is monoclinic sulfur, that is obtained from rhombic sulfur only. Rhombic sulfur is going to prepare from roll sulfur. The solution of roll sulfur in carbon disulfide, on evaporating, vapors will come up, those vapors on cooling to give crystalline rhombic sulfur, that is a yellowish color. Clear na? This rhombic sulfur is insoluble in water. Even monoclinic sulfur also insoluble in water. But the rhombic sulfur partially soluble in benzene, ether and alcohol. Benzene, alcohol and ether, in them the rhombic sulfur is going to soluble, whereas monoclinic sulfur soluble in carbon disulfide. Even rhombic sulfur also readily soluble in carbon disulfide. In CS2 both the sulfurs are going to soluble, whereas in benzene or alcohol and ether the rhombic sulfur is partially soluble. Both of them are insoluble in water. Clear na? So these are the allotrope forms of the sulfur, right? In these, the rhombic sulfur, whatever is there, that is in S8 form. This S8 form can exist in crown or puckered structure or straight chain. Straight chain, suppose like this here. This is one chain structure, right? So thus the sulfur exhibit catenation. It is a catenating power. And one more will be 6, 7. Here actually this should be, wait, here crowns, like this. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. S8 only, ring structure which is crown. Sulfur structurally can exist as a crown as well as a chain. These two forms will be there for rhombic sulfur. And this sulfur, other many atomicity sulfurs are available from 6 to 20. 6 to 20 sulfur atoms containing. In them, S6 is somewhat important, that is exist in chair form. S6 exists as a chair form. Chair form will be like this. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chair form of S6. It is S8. It is also chain S8. Then puckered or crown structure is this one S8. It is S6. This S6 also in this way it also same. Clear, na? So whatever S6 to S20 sulfur atoms from 6 to 20 containing different forms, many are there. If we heated them on elevated temperature, bole to higher temperature, at about 1000 Kelvin temperature, when we heat, in them we are going to get an important allotrope of S2 form. S2 form is going to get. This S2 form is like O2 form. S2 is like O2 on elevated temperature of S6 to S20 allotrope forms of the sulfur. S6 to S20 allotrope forms of the sulfur when we heated about 1000 Kelvin temperature. At that 1000 Kelvin temperature, an important intermediate of sulfur is going to attain as S2 form. That S2 form is like O2 form. How O2 is the paramagnetic in nature, S2 also paramagnetic in nature. S is a paramagnet, S2. Here, according to MOT, molecular orbital theory, oxygen also according to molecular orbital theory is paramagnetic in nature. In antibonding molecular orbitals, 2 unpaired electrons are there in case of O2. Similarly, in case of S2 also, 2 unpaired electrons are there. Thus, S2 form is paramagnetic in nature. One time in entrance that is asked, right? So, the magnetic nature of S2. That S2, where it is going to obtain on heating at about 1000 Kelvin temperature, different forms of allotrope forms of the sulfur, whose atomicity varies from 6 to 20. S6 to S20, on heating them at about 1000 Kelvin temperature, an important intermediate of sulfur allotrope exists to the S2 form. That S2 form is paramagnetic in nature. Clear, na? So this information clear cut you have to remember regarding allotrope forms of the sulfur. Right? So many are there, in them important 2, rhombic yellow and monoclinic. These 2 are there. Right? Rhombic sulfur is at 385.8 Kelvin melting point, whereas 2.06 is its density, and monoclinic slightly more than it, 392 Kelvin and 1.98 specific gravity. Clear, na? This rhombic sulfur is going to prepare when the solution of roll sulfur in carbon disulfide evaporated and vapors of that condensed and cooled. That will be crystallizes to rhombic sulfur. It is insoluble in water, partially soluble in benzene, alcohol and ether, whereas perfectly readily soluble in carbon disulfide. Similarly, this monoclinic sulfur also readily soluble in carbon disulfide, and it is going to prepare from rhombic sulfur only. This monoclinic sulfur or beta sulfur, the molten form of the rhombic sulfur taken in a dish, and at that molten state allowed to stay some time, undergo solidification, during which two holes we have to make. On the surface of it some crust of the sulfur is going to form. Then through the two holes, whoever the liquid is there, that liquid we should pour out and allow to stay some time and remove the crust. Then the leftover sulfur is the monoclinic sulfur, which is coming from rhombic sulfur. Clear, na? So that is in needle shape, right? Readily soluble in carbon disulfide and insoluble in water. And these forms in S8 atomicity mainly, that S8 forms structurally, one is in chain, other is in puckered or crown, right? And many forms of different atomicities of sulfur allotropes will be there. That is from S6 to S20. S6 to S20 are there. In them S6 can exist as a chair forms. That will be there in your NCERT. And these S6 to S20 forms of the allotropes, on heating about 1000 Kelvin temperature, different intermediate forms are going to form. In them, the main important intermediate form is S2, that is paramagnetic in nature. Clear, na? So this is allotrope forms of the sulfur. Next, compounds of sulfur. Compounds of sulfur, one of it sulfur dioxide. Actually sulfur can form two kinds of oxides, one is SO2, other is SO3. Clear, na? SO2 is there. This is the colorless gas with pungent odor. Colorless gas with pungent odor, and its preparation, directly burning sulfur in oxygen, it get converted into sulfur dioxide. Whenever elemental sulfur, either S or S8 form, on burning in oxygen, sulfur dioxide is going to form. Along with sulfur dioxide, around 6 to 8% sulfur trioxide also able to form, right? On heating of sulfur in oxygen, along with the sulfur dioxide, 6 to 8% sulfur trioxide also going to form. This is on burning sulfur directly in oxygen, sulfur dioxide is going to form, right? Next, any sulfite salts. Any sulfite salts when treated with the sulfuric acid. Here sulfuric acid, what it will do? Provides H plus ions. H2SO4 ionize and gives H plus ions. Those H plus ions takes O2 minus from sulfite. What is the sulfite actually? Sulfite S double bond O, O minus with a lone pair. Correct? This is sulfite. Correct? In this sulfite, here this oxygen, due to its more electronegativity, if the shared pair of electron taken towards it, it get converted into O2 minus, and it convert into S plus. Between plus and minus, one more bond able to form. Therefore, during which what it is going to yield? S double bond O with lone pair, along with that O2 minus. Correct? Here sulfuric acid, what it will do? H2SO4 get ionized into 2H plus and SO4 2 minus. Correct? These 2H plus go with O2 minus. Therefore, what they will give? That sulfite, whatever is there, this sulfite with H2SO4 convert into SO2 plus SO4 2 minus plus H2O. Right? Along with this sulfite, if any cation is there, like K plus and K plus, like this is there, that K plus, it is a potassium sulfite. Therefore, here what ions are there? 2 K plus ions are there. Na? 2 K plus ions go with SO4 2 minus. Instead of this sulfate, what it is going to form? Clear, na? Potassium sulfate. Here meaning what you have to grasp from this? Whenever sulfite salt is there, that sulfite salt lose one oxide. To whom? Sulfuric acid. Here sulfuric acid is an acid. Ionize and gives H plus ions. Those H plus ions take this oxide, convert into H2O. That get converted into H2O. After loss of oxide, here leftover is what? Sulfur dioxide. Like this sulfur dioxide is going to prepare. Right? Sulfite salt, upon treating with sulfuric acid, it will convert into sulfur dioxide along with potassium sulfate and water, or along with any metal sulfate with water. So this is one more method to prepare sulfur dioxide laboratory. So from sulfite salts, SO3 2 minus with H plus ions. H plus ions given from whom? Sulfuric acid. This sulfuric acid is there, no? This sulfuric acid is giving H plus ions. These H plus ions removes one of the oxide ion. It get converted into sulfur dioxide with H2O. Correct? Here 2 plus 2 minus getting cancelled. Balanced down. Clear, na? No need to bhaktify. Here you have to grasp what is going on. That is very important. Sulfite, an acidic medium. Generally your acidic medium will be sulfuric acid will be preferred. That sulfuric acid released H plus ions takes O2 minus from sulfite. It converts into sulfur dioxide along with water. Clear, na? So that is also one laboratory method of preparation of sulfur dioxide. And one more will be industrially iron pyrite. Iron pyrite, metal sulfide. That is ferrous sulfide, FeS2. FeS2 on burning in oxygen, it get converted into Fe2O3, ferric oxide. Along with that sulfur dioxide. Iron burn in oxygen, simultaneously sulfur also burn in oxygen. Right? Iron burn in oxygen, sulfur also burn in oxygen to give Fe2O3 with sulfur dioxide. Fe2O3 means here if you take 2 moles, here Fe2, 2 to the 4, here 4 sulfur. Correct? Here if you want to make here 4 sulfur dioxide, 4 to the 8 plus 3 11, that's 11 by 2 O2. Clear, na? When iron pyrite burn in oxygen, liberates sulfur dioxide along with ferric oxide. So this is industrial method of preparation of sulfur dioxide. Clear, na? These are the laboratory methods. Particularly this is laboratory method and it is industrial method. Iron pyrite on heating with oxygen, it get converted into sulfur dioxide with Fe2O3. Like this sulfur dioxide is going to prepare. Right? So this sulfur dioxide is a colorless gas. Pungent odor, smell is there. Taste, odorless, no, it is having pungent odor, colorless gas, highly soluble in water, readily soluble in water. Wherever water is available, readily it is going to soluble. Clear, na? It will condense to liquid. Sulfur dioxide as a gas, it can condense to liquid at room temperature. At room temperature, it is condensed to liquid about 2 atmosphere pressure. At 2 atmosphere pressure and at room temperature, SO2 condensed to liquid. Once if it get condensed to liquid, its boiling point will be around 263 Kelvin. Boiling point, 263 Kelvin boiling point, and condensed to liquid at room temperature and 2 atmosphere pressure. Clear, na? This sulfur dioxide, whatever is there, readily soluble in water, H2O, get converted into H2SO3. Clear, na? H2SO3 is a sulfurous acid. H2SO3, sulfurous acid. that sulfur dioxide hydrolyze in water, readily hydrolyze in water to give the respective acid, sulfurous acid. Clear na? It is an acid. Therefore, that acid reacts with bases to give salt and water. Thus, sulfur dioxide reacts with the bases to give salt and water. Sulfur dioxide is an acid here. This acid undergo neutralization with base to give salts. Along with, if water required, water formation possibility is there, water also going to form. Suppose here sodium hydroxide is the base. With sodium hydroxide, sulfur dioxide like carbon dioxide. Carbon similar to the carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide here behaves. Right? If it is CO2, NaOH plus CO2 will give NaHCO3 na? NaHCO3. Similarly, sodium hydroxide reacts with sulfur dioxide to give sodium hydrogen sulfite. Sodium hydrogen, sodium bisulfite we can say. Sodium bisulfite. Here what is taking place? This oxygen go with sulfur dioxide to sulfur trioxide. Right? One of the here mono negative charge on one oxygen and another mono negative charge on other oxygen. So two negatively charged oxygen atoms are there in sulfite. Correct? Therefore, in them one of the oxide satisfied by sodium. Here one of the oxide satisfied by sodium, another oxide should be satisfied with whom? Hydrogen. Sodium bisulfite, structurally like this it exists. Right? Sometimes it undergo, that sodium bisulfite undergo addition reaction with carbonyl compounds. It undergo addition reaction, that is a bisulfite derivative of carbonyl compounds we can say. Bisulfite derivative. Suppose here R alkyl, C double bond O H. It is aldehyde. It is aldehyde. So this aldehyde, when NaHSO3, sodium bisulfite. Here aldehyde generally undergo what? Here carbon and oxygen. It is oxygen more electronegative. Like this polarization takes place, during which it is plus, it is minus. Correct? Plus and minus. In that case, here in this way cleavage taking place. Its meaning is what? Like this cleavage taking place. Correct? Like this. Where the cleavage is going to take place, Na will become plus, is an electrophile. Electron attracting species is an electrophile. Here O is minus, nucleophile. Right? Who is going to attract the nucleus? This nucleus, that is called nucleophile. Here nucleus, positive charge. Now this positive charge attracted by O minus, negatively charged attracted by Na plus. Therefore, what we are going to yield? Here CHONA, it will become OS, here OH double bond O. Correct? Or C double bond O broken, O minus receives Na plus. Now here C plus receive the bisulfite. Right? In this way it is going to form. So here it is what is taking place. This H is there, see. Here two hydrogens are there. Carefully you have to observe. Here this is one hydrogen. Here this is one hydrogen. This hydrogen is on carbon, where carbon is a lower electronegative than oxygen. Thus this HC bond is a covalent. If we want to break it, this H go out as a free radical, not H plus. Correct? Carbon and hydrogen electronegativity difference is almost negligible. Thus covalent bonds are able to form. Covalent bond on fission undergo heterolysis or homolysis? Homolysis. During homolysis, free radicals are going to form. H free radical, whereas here H plus, because it is attached with more electronegative oxygen. Correct? Here this O is attached to Na. Suppose for an instant, here this is I am breaking. Whatever this is there, this is all not there, you assume. That is alkoxide. Alkoxide, alcohol ka anion. If alcohol release the proton, that is anion. Alcohol released anion is stable or unstable, or strengthen, strong or weak? Alcohol is a weak acid or strong acid? Weak acid, not strong acid. Alcohol is a weak acid. Weak acid released conjugate base is, so this is strong base. Okay, now this is not there, let us assume. It is not there. It is total H hai samjho. That is sulfurous acid, H2SO3 na. H2SO3 compare with that alcohol is strong acid or weak acid? Here if it is either H rahe to that is alcohol above. Correct? Alcohol is a weak acid, we decided. Now compare with that alcohol, this sulfurous acid strong. Strong acid readily lose H plus, because strong acid formed conjugate base is weak. Thus this H plus readily loosed by it. Now O minus whoever is there is a strong conjugate base. So that here what happens, this H like this convert into H plus, this H plus goes to strong base internally. It is what? Strong base. Correct? So therefore H plus if goes to here, what it is going to yield? RCH, it is OH. Correct? Here O, S double bond O minus. That O minus electrically neutralized by Na plus. Now Na plus come forward here. Here to here Na plus exchange will be taking place. So in final product like this you have to think. Here to here this product everyone from you are going to write. But option this they will give, this also they will give. This is the right option. This option less number of students are going to do. Like this the stable form, final product within availability, the stable form you have to choose. Clear na? So this is called sodium sulfite derivative of aldehyde. Sodium sulfite derivative of aldehyde. Like this, whenever sodium hydroxide neutralized by sulfur dioxide will give sodium bisulfite. Correct? This sodium bisulfite, if neutralized by one more SO2, it will be with one more SO2, for which what is required? Here this salt whatever is there, sodium bisulfite salt, is an acidic salt. Sodium bisulfite is an acidic salt. Here H plus is there. Acidic salt, basic salt, neutral salt, mixed salt, complex salt. These are types of salts are there. It is acidic salt. Suppose MgClOH है समझो, magnesium chlorohydroxide is a basic salt. सर इधर भी OH है, इधर भी OH है, इधर से H plus जा रहा है, इधर से काय को OH minus जाना. You have to think here that O is finally, O needs what? Electron, because it is more electronegative, tendency of more electronegativity atom to withdraw a shared pair of electrons towards it from its bonded atoms. Here bonded atoms two are there. ऑक्सीजन का इलेक्ट्रॉन लेने का कैपेसिटी सेम है, मगर H और मैग्नीशियम दोनों को कंपेयर करें तो इलेक्ट्रॉन देने का कैपेसिटी इक्वल नहीं है. करेक्ट? H is lower electropositive than magnesium. Metals are stronger in electropositive. इनको इलेक्ट्रॉन होना, ये दोनों से लेना, लेने में इनु देने में रेडी है. कंपेयर विथ H, मैग्नीशियम readily lose. Oxygen takes, magnesium donates. At that time what is the problem? तब ये H से मैग्नीशियम readily छोड़ते ना इलेक्ट्रॉन. Does here it ionize and gives OH minus. Here if you come here to this oxygen, H is there, S is there. Correct? To this oxygen divalency satisfied, one is with H, other is with S. Similar like magnesium, S could not lose an electron to the oxygen readily. H से पहले सल्फर इलेक्ट्रॉन नहीं छोड़ते, because सल्फर का इलेक्ट्रोपॉजिटिविटी लेस. ऑक्सीजन को कौन दिए तो भी लेते, मगर इधर सल्फर देने को तैयार नहीं रहता. तब इट डिपेंड्स ऑन H, thus it is an acid or acidic. H plus जाता, इधर भी सेम OH बॉन्ड रहे तो भी H प्लस जाने का चांस नहीं है, करेक्ट? रेडीली OH माइनस जाता, 100% नहीं जाता बोल के नहीं है. Suppose OH minus it is giving, OH minus it is giving, nothing but somebody should be there to accept the OH minus. OH minus outside कोई तो लेने वाला रहे तो ये OH minus आयोनाइज करके देते, मगर आउटसाइड रहे सो OH minus लेने वाला नहीं है, H plus लेने वाला है. H plus strongly required, then OH minus देते बोले तो लायन को घर में रख के उनको ग्रास खिलाते बोले तो वो खाते क्या? उनको फ्लैश होना. सो OH माइनस दिए तो outside reactant could not able to receive. In that case, suppose outside acceptor is very strong, outside H plus acceptor बहुत strong है, बहुत strong रहे तो इनका नेचर H प्लस देने का नहीं है, मगर फॉर द सेक ऑफ आउटसाइड रिएक्टेंट unevenly it is going to cleave this one. So even though it is a base that get ionized and give the H plus ions, base never ionize and gives H plus ions. नहीं है ना कंडीशन? समझ में आ रहा है? ISO इन टाइम पे एप्लीकेशन करने को आना, इधर हम एक्सप्लेन करें तो समझ में आता, उसलिए इनऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री का मार्क्स देखे तो मेरे को उधर एनालिसिस करे तो दिख रहे. हियर अंडरस्टैंडिंग इज वेरी इजी थ्रू द कॉन्सेप्ट, इट इज नॉट बिग इश्यू, बट द थिंग इज वेर एवर क्वेश्चन कम्स ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम योर ब्रेन हैज टू अप्लाई करके रेडी करना, फॉर विच प्रैक्टिस इज रिक्वायर्ड, प्रॉपर प्रैक्टिस इज रिक्वायर्ड. सो किधर तो क्वेश्चन में उन्होंने अप्लाई करते देखो, अप्लाई करे तो सर ऐसा रहता मगर ऐसा एप्लीकेशन हो रहा है, ये गलत है ना बोल के पूछते एक बार. सो सच टाइप ऑफ क्लैरिफिकेशंस यू हैव टू मेक प्रॉपरली, कई को ऐसा हो रहा है बोल के, क्लियर ना? सो इट इज बेसिक साल्ट, it is acidic salt. Suppose if it is like this Na2SO3 is a neutral salt, neither H plus nor OH minus, it is a neutral salt, correct? Mixed salt KCl MgCl2 6H2O बोल के है ना, Mg कार्नलाइट KCl और 3NaF AlF3, mixed salts. Complex salts K4FeCN taken 6, K4 FeCN taken 6 is a complex salt. Like this different kinds of salts are there here, through which whenever sulfur dioxide is formed, definitely here H2O is required. This H2O with sulfur dioxide as H2SO3. That H2SO3 whatever is there with the sodium bisulfite, it has to react. In that case, here or else you can do, here H2O will come up when 2 moles of sodium bisulfite will be taken. 2 moles of sodium bisulfite, Na2SO3 होना इधर. Suppose 2 moles you take Na2SO3. Here one of the SO3 is there, na? Here this also should come forward. Here 2 H plus are there. 2 H plus when here what is taking place? Why it is not showing? It is an acidic. It is also acidic. Acid could not react with other acid, right? Thus Na2SO3, if you want that Na2SO3, here only 2 moles of sodium hydroxide you have to take, not sodium bisulfite. Here sodium bisulfite is an acidic salt, sodium hydroxide is a base. That is the reason why with the sodium bisulfite I am trying with sulfur dioxide, but here the reaction product is not taking place. Why? It is an acid, it is also acid. One acid could not react with other acid. Therefore on this here 2 moles of NaOH if there, 2 moles of NaOH with SO2, it get converted into Na2SO3 along with that water. This is possible, it is not possible. Clear na? Sodium hydroxide 2 moles, nothing but on which sulfur dioxide we should not add. on which what we have to add? NaOH we have to add. Whenever we add an NaOH, this OH minus go with H plus as water. This H plus and OH minus as a water eliminates Na2SO3. In that way, here sulfur dioxide as an acid reacts with bases like sodium hydroxide, like calcium hydroxide, like magnesium hydroxide to give their respective sulfite salts. Clear na? Acid reacts with the base to give salt and water in that way. Here magnesium hydroxide is there like this, with which also sulfur dioxide will react. It will give, sulfur dioxide is going to react na? Sulfur dioxide with magnesium hydroxide, going to give magnesium bisulfite. It is acid, it is the base. It is acid, it is the base, going to yield Mg OH, here O S double bond O OH with a lone pair. Magnesium hydroxosulfite. There sodium bisulfite we got, because sodium hydroxide is a monovalent only. Right? A sulfur dioxide, here OH is there, see, H plus will break down. Here sulfur dioxide, what it will do, this sulfur dioxide, like this pi electron polarizes. It will become minus, it will become plus. Now here what is taking place? This plus is there, see, it is a strong electrophile or a conjugate acid of this base. Actually it is the acid but acting as a base to this. Right? In Lewis acid base theory I told, whenever the multiple bonds held between two heteroatoms, lower electronegative atom acts as an electrophile. That is an acid. Now here what happens, like this if it cleave, it minus, it is the plus, this plus goes to O minus. Therefore OH हो गया, double bond वो वैसे है, this O and S, one bond is going to form. Similarly, it also reacts with one more SO2, it is going to come there. So O S double bond O OH, then O S double bond O OH. What is this? Magnesium bisulfite. This generally we are going to write in which way? That is MgHSO3 taken twice. Correct? Magnesium bisulfite. Like that we are going to, that only na? HSO3 taken twice only na? Magnesium bisulfite. Because magnesium is a divalent, bisulfite is a monovalent. Monovalent according to Criss-Cross principle, like this only we will get now. So here with base magnesium hydroxide, sulfur dioxide reacts with magnesium hydroxosulfite, bisulfite, then that on one more sulfur dioxide will give magnesium bisulfite. Clear na? That magnesium bisulfite on heating, suppose if you want, here on heating H2O plus SO2 plus MgSO3, check करो एक बार. Magnesium bisulfite on heating H2O plus SO2 plus MgSO3. Here one magnesium, two hydrogens, two sulfurs, 2 3s are 6 oxygens, 1 plus 2, 3 plus 3. Clear na? Magnesium bisulfite on heating to give magnesium sulfite. Or else simply here this is there, see, MgOH taken twice. This MgOH taken twice on losing water, what it is going to yield? Magnesium oxide. That magnesium oxide with sulfur dioxide get converted into MgSO3, the final product what we got, like this with magnesium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, here sulfur dioxide will react to give the respective salts. Clear na? One more, it acts as the reducing agent. Very, very important. Many times questions are coming. Nothing but it undergo oxidation. It acts as a reducing agent. Undergo oxidation. See, sulfur dioxide in water. Sulfur dioxide in water. It converts into sulfite or sulfate. Here sulfite is normal only. Here sulfur plus 4. In sulfite also sulfur is plus 4. Suppose here 2 moles of water will be come forward. 2 oxide ions are there, na? Those 2 oxide ions go to sulfur dioxide, convert into sulfate along with 4 moles of H plus. Observe, here in any wet condition, wet water should be there. That is the reason why sulfur dioxide acts as a reducing agent. It can bleach to wet colored substances into colorless substances. Right? Here H2O is there. From H2O, O2 minus taken by sulfur dioxide convert into sulfates. Right? Whenever here in this way O2 minus taken, nothing but it undergo from plus 4 to plus 6 oxidation number. Right? Plus 4 to plus 6 nothing but removal of electrons. Those removal of electrons should be added to someone. Suppose here higher oxidation number ferric ion is there. That ferric ion get converted into ferrous ion. How many electrons are here removed? 2 electrons. Ferric to ferrous, how many electrons are required? Only 1. Therefore here you have to multiply it with 2. Here you have to multiply with 2. Followed on? So nothing but here concept is what? It undergo oxidation in aqueous solution, meaning it lose electrons. If it lose the electrons, some other reactant should be ready to gain the electrons. So it undergo oxidation, therefore it is a reducing agent. It undergo reduction, therefore it is a oxidizing agent. But under the influence of oxidizing agent, SO2 is not converted into SO4. Under the influence of SO2 only, Fe3 plus undergo reduction. Clear na? SO2 with water convert into SO4 2 minus with H plus and like this. So it acts as a reducing agent. Clear na? So it will also react with chlorine gas in charcoal. Sulfur dioxide with chlorine in presence of charcoal. Sulfuryl chloride, an adduct reaction. Sulfuryl chloride. Similarly, SO2 burn in oxygen in presence of vanadium pentoxide. Sulfur trioxide is going to form. Clear na? It is a very important intermediate in manufacture of sulfuric acid by contact process. Clear na? So these are some of the properties of sulfur dioxide will be given to you. And uses as a disinfectant it is going to use in order to create an acidic medium, and as a reducing agent it is going to use. Clear na? It can decolorize some of the colored substances, wet colored substances. And in the manufacture of magnesium sulfite, calcium bisulfite, magnesium bisulfite and sodium sulfite, like that salts preparation, sulfur dioxide is going to use. And as an anti-chlor it is going to use, anti-chlor, nothing but excess chlorine removal. Here in textile industry, our cloths are going to bleaches with bleaching powder. Bleaching powder is calcium chlorohypochlorite. Now bleaching powder में रहे सो excess chlorine cloth को attachment में वैसी रहे तो excess chlorine वैसी रहे तो cloth बाहर आने के बाद हम stitching करने के बाद एक washing करे तो उनको holes आ जाता. 1 or 2 washes होने के बाद उनको holes आता देखो. Low grade cloth बोल के हम बोलते. For which what is the reason? Excess chlorine attached to that. Therefore in industry, textile industry, that excess chlorine should be removed. The process of removal of excess chlorine during bleaching action, whatever the substance we are going to use is called anti-chlor. The sulfur dioxide acts as an anti-chlor. Thus a sulfur dioxide क्या करते रहेसो क्लोरीन से रिएक्शन में इन्वॉल्व होके सल्फ्यूराइल क्लोराइड आ जाता. Clear na? So these are some of the uses of sulfur dioxide. Next, oxo acids of sulfur. Industrial method of preparation of sulfuric acid. Some of the oxo acids are there. One more class let us do. Clear na?